सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ उपदेश साहस्री chapter 18 verse number 78. अविविच्यो भयं भक्ति श्रुतिश्चेत् स्याद् ग्रहस्तथा अस्मदस्तु विविच्चैव त्वमेवेति तदेत्यदि वदेत्यदि प्रत्ययान्वयिनिष्ठत्व मुक्तदोष प्रसज्यते. Third line, uktam dosham mukta dosha prasajyate, not mukta. Pratyayanvayi nishthatvam, that is correct. Now, here very important technical portion we are seeing, that is, who is claiming aham brahma asmi. When Guru says tat tvam asi, you are Brahman, Guru says that tat tvam asi received as aham brahmasmi. Who is this claiming I am Brahman? Since the human being, happens to be a mixture components of 5 factors: Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharirams, 3 bodies, plus reflected consciousness, RC, plus OC, the Sakshi Chaitanyam. Among all these 5 factors, 3 bodies are ruled out. 3 bodies are ruled out. This RC is formed as an ahankara in the buddhi. Chidabhasa arudha, chida buddhi arudha chaitanyam. That as though chaitanyam is mounting upon that buddhi. That buddhi becomes sentient. Chidabhasa sahita buddhi becomes sentient. Previously it was jadam. Now it is sentient. But there are people don't accept Chidabhasa. Without Chidabhasa itself, the Buddhist Kshanika Vijnanavadi said, Buddhi by itself is sentient. Buddhi by itself is sentient. Why Chidabhasa? Similarly, one group of Advaitins also, they say, why Chidabhasa? Without Chidabhasa, why can't we take up the Buddhi is claiming that I am Brahman. So Shankaracharya wants to establish that it is not possible without reflected consciousness, Chidabhasa. Reflected conscious means Chit Abhasa, Chit Chaitanyam, Abhasa reflection. So it is called reflected consciousness. Whenever I say RC, you have to expand it as reflected consciousness. That means Chidabhasa Arudha Buddhihi. In that only Pratyaya Aham Brahma Asmi Pratyaya thought arise. Aham Brahma Asmi is a thought, vritti jnanam. Where this vritti jnanam takes place? In the buddhi antahkaranam. Is it jadam or chaitanam? Na. If you don't take chidabhasa, it will be jadam. Vritti cannot take place, modifications cannot take place, because Guru, while telling, while Guru is uttering the Mahavakya, Tatu Tvam Asi, the student Buddhi is receiving that statement. You are that. That Vritti has come to the student mind. So there is a Parinama, modification. Parinama comes only in Chetana Vastu, not in Jada Vastu. So reflected consciousness is must. In all these portions, Shankaracharya, on these slokas, Shankaracharya establishing the necessity of Chidabhasa. You have to get that vritti jnanam, aham brahmasmi vritti jnanam, that is also modification, vritti parinama. The student should know what is the meaning of aham, what is the meaning of Brahma, what is the meaning of asmi. I am Brahman. Whatever language you want to know, these three Mahavakya words are important. What is the technique Upanishad followed here? Bhagatyaga Lakshana. Since I am a mixture of Upadhis, Tvampada, there is Buddhi Upadhi. In Tatpada, there is Maya Upadhi. Two Upadhi mediums are Vyavaharikam. With Upadhi, I cannot say I am Brahman. I cannot say I am all-pervading Brahman with Upadhi. Tatpada Upadhi, Maya Sahitam Chaitanyam, Maya Sahitam Brahma. I have to do Tyaga of what? Maya Upadhi, I have to do Tyaga. Tyaga means Bhagat Tyaga. So what Bhaga I have to do Tyaga? What portion I have to do Tyaga? That Upadhi portion you have to do Tyaga. Vachyartha. Mukhyarthe Avinabhavena. Mukhyartha is not suitable when I say Aham Brahmasmi. Mukhyartha includes Upadhi. So once Mukhyartha includes Upadhi, I cannot claim I am Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swarupa Atma, because Upadhi is included in Mukhyartha. Therefore I have to go to Lakshyartha. To go to Lakshyartha, Mukhyartha part 1/4 portion I have to drop. That Bhaga of that Upadhi, Sthula Sukshma Karana Shariram, Sthula Sukshma Karana Prapancha. Three Sharirams, three bodies, three worlds. These shortly if you can call them as Maya Upadhi, from Tatpada you have to drop, and Buddhi Upadhi, Antahkaranam, you have to drop. Vritti has come. After Vritti takes place, Aham Brahmasmi, you have to drop it. That Buddhi in Vachyartha itself. Just like we give one example, when olden days, villages, while they are cooking, firewood they use. That firewood, they will push the other firewood into that fire. Then only the rice can be cooked. So lady sits in front of that and pushing all the firewood into inside the whole, what you can call, where the patram is kept on that, she is pushing. After pushing, while pushing, this stick is used to push. Afterwards, that stick also has to be thrown into that fire. Purpose is over. Buddhi is like that stick. Buddhi is like that stick. you have to throw it. When after pushing, after using that aham brahmasmi vritti jnanam takes place, you can drop. That is called bhaga tyaga. Ajahat atma tattvam. Jahat what upadhi tattvam. You have to drop. Upadhi entity you have to drop. Atma entity you have to catch or claim. This all you know very well. Many times we saw, but lifelong you have to remember this Bhagat Tyaga Lakshana, Jahad Ajahal Lakshana. Dropping and taking, dropping and taking. What to drop, what to take, we should know. Then only I can claim I am Brahman. If I claim I am Brahman, I am free from death. I am free from sorrow, I am free from old age, I am free from all limitations, worry, guilt, hurt, I am free. All belongs to the Mithya, Antahkaranam, Buddhi, all these having problems, they are all Mithya only. I am alone is the Satyam, one Atma alone. Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asit. So that is given here. Paramarthika Satyam Nitya Chaitanyam I claim as myself. Sankhya philosopher don't want. But we say, oh Sankhya philosopher, you are wrong. It is not possible. So the refutation of Sankhya who don't accept the reflected consciousness, we are negating him. Saying to that ahankara, your chaitanyam, jada ahankara cannot claim without chidabhasa. Jada ahankara cannot claim I am Brahman if chidabhasa is not there. Avivichya, shloka, you look into that. Avivichya ubhayam. Ubhayam means ahankara and atma, OC and RC. Avivichya, without separating vakti shrutihi ched. Tatha grahaha syat. Tatha grahaha syat. Avivichya, without separating, suppose Shruti says, you can take it. Grahaha syat. Asmadastu vivichaiva. Asmad shabdaha. Dakarantaha trishulingeshu samanarupaha asmat shabdaha. Aham avam vayam aham brahmasmi. Original form is asmat. Asmadaha. From that asmat to vivicha eva. By separating bhagatyaga. Separating means bhagatyaga dwara eva. Tvam, you are. Upanishad is telling yadi vadet. Yadi vadet. Yadi shrutihi vadet. What? If Shruti says that dropping that ahankara, that is buddhi, vadet yadi. Shrutihi vadet yadi. How? Tvam asmadaha, that means I. That you is Upanishad is telling. The student says I. So asmadaha tu vivicha eva. From I have to separate ahankara to claim aham brahma asmi. Guru says tvam eva. You are that alone. You are that alone. Guru is pointing out. It has to pierce into removing this upadhi medium. So when I say I am, the Guru is telling tatu tvam asi. That time also upadhi tyagana. You have to understand that is the intention of the Guru. Sishya also must understand the intention of the Guru. Yes, hey Guru, bhagatyaga lakshana I am doing. I, asmad, means I, aham, I take as myself as Atman, vivichya eva. Yadi vadet. Suppose separating that and telling no problem. If it won't separate. Separating, suppose Chidabhasa is not there. You have to separate the buddhi. Joining together in a Chaitanyam is there. But separating and Upanishad is telling what will happen. Jada buddhi without Chidabhasa. Vritti parinama cannot take place. Therefore, in third line he says, Pratyayanvaya nishthatvam ukta dosha prasajyate. This is a technical word. Pratyayanvaya nishthatvam means you have to that connection, relation between the concept and the what you are, the word and the concept, the idea. Tatutvam asi word shabda, aham brahmasmi shabda, between both of them, the relation, what you say and what is your concept, the shabda and artha, pratyaya anvay nishthatvam. That means pratyaya anvaya nishthatvam means so you have Upanishad is showing that Brahman, which is the cause of this universe, Tejo Vannam, cause of this Akasha, because he is taking Tattvamasi from Chandogya. That is why you have to say Trivrit Karanam, not Panchikaranam. Panchikaranam means Taittiriya Upanishad, Akasha, Vayu, Agni. But Taittiriya Upanishad is talking 5 elements. Chandogya is talking about 3 elements. Tejaha, Apaha, Prithvi, Tejobannam. Tejobannam means Vanni, Jala, Bhumi, Jagat Karanam, Brahma, Sat, Brahma, Sadeva, Somya, Idamagra, Asit, Tat, Satyam, Chandogya, 6th chapter. Because Tattvamasi Mahavakya from Chandogya. Therefore, Sadeva Somya Idamagra Asit Ekameva Advitiyam Sat Satyam Tat Satyam. That Brahman is Satyam. That Brahman is you are. Tattvamasi Shvetaketo. So that Tat Brahma Tvamasi. That Brahma Tattvamasi, that will become what? Redundant. If Chidabhasa is not there and Upanishad separate that buddhi and ahankara and Atma, and Upanishad says you are Brahman, and who is Brahman? Jada buddhi cannot claim I am Brahman. If I separate without Chidabhasa, I separate that. Jada buddhi cannot claim I am Brahman. Atma Chaitanyam need not claim because it is ever consciousness. Where this Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam take place, you have to introduce Chidabhasa. That Chidabhasa makes buddhi sentient. That buddhi, vritti parinama take place. In that vritti parinama only Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam take place. Vritti vyapti. Phala vyapti is not required. That phalam happens to be myself. So, vritti vyapti is required. For vyapti, it requires a sentiency. For sentiency, reflected consciousness is required. Therefore, last 2 lines conveys. The Shruti discriminates the ego from the innermost self and then says to the ahankara, you are that. So the defects will come. What are the 3 defects? We saw already previously. Prasajjeta, Ukta dosha prasajjeta means those doshas already mentioned. 3 doshas are mentioned. Again you have to remember those doshas. Ahankara jadatvat, that is first dosha. Ahankara is jadam if Chidabhasa is not there. Then second dosha is the Sakshi Chaitanyam is Nirvikaraha. Vritti Parinama cannot happen in the Sakshi Chaitanyam. So Nirvikaratvat. If you say without Siddhabhasa, Chidabhasa, you give Vritti Parinama, Vikara takes place in the Buddhi. Aham Brahmasmi with Vritti Parinama. Since Atma is Nirvikaraha, you cannot talk about this Vritti Jnanam without Chidabhasa. Ahankara. Buddhyarudha Chaitanyam Chidabhasa is must. No other philosopher accept. We have to tell them all Buddhus you have to accept. Without that, Shruti will be redundant. Third dosha is Shruti will never talk about Jada Buddhi. Already Buddhi is Jadam. Why to Upanishad has to come and teach us about your Buddhi is inert, your Buddhi is Jadam. Upanishad need not talk. Upanishad has to come and say all-pervading Chaitanyam that lends sentiency to the Buddhi. Kenopanishad, you remember? Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti. How prana working, mind is working, all those things. Kaha devo yunakti. Who is that Deva? Deva means what? Shining one. Divyati iti devaha. Atma Chaitanya. Devaha means not devatas. Atma Chaitanyam ityartha. Therefore, Shruti will never talk about such a relation. Now he is asking about what is the relation then. For Atma, Shruti, Atma and Ahankara, what is the relation? You must tell me. Okay, Chidabhasa you have given. Accepted. Now what is the relation between Ahankara and Atma? That is the next Tagarar. Next Tagarar and next problem, issue for a Purvapakshi. Shruti need not come to teach us about Jada Ahankara, inert Ahankara. Upanishad has come, you are a mixture. In that mixture, matter is inert, spirit is Atma, Chaitanyam. This mixture, you are mixing up and messing up, mistaking yourself as Jada, Buddhi, Sharira, Manas and all. Atma Chaitanyam you are lending sentiency to the inert body mind complex. While lending sentiency, there is a Chidabhasa, Jivatma, the Ahankara takes place. In that alone the Vritti comes. So, without Sakshi Chaitanyam also no use. Without medium also no use. So, medium and Atma Chaitanyam joint venture Aham Brahmasmi Jnanam. So, Vritti Jnanam. So, Tadatmya Adhyasa Anangikarat. We are not accepting any Sambandha. Purvapakshi is going to demand what? Sambandha. Tell me what is the Sambandha. Next shloka I will read. Shloka 79. Tvamityadhyakshanishtaschet ahamadhyakshayo katham sambandho vachaye vatra yena tvamiti lakshayet. Now Purvapakshi is asking, arguing, Tvam iti. So Guru said, Tvam iti, you are that. You are that means Adhyakshaha, the witness consciousness. Adhyakshaha, Tvam iti Adhyaksha Nishthaha Chet. Nishthaha means what? Guru is pointing out, you are that witness consciousness, Sakshi Chaitanyam Brahman. Guru says, Adhyakshaha. Then Sishya saying what? Aham. That I am that consciousness. Aham adhyakshaha. Aham adhyakshaha. I am that consciousness. Then katham sambandhaha vachyaha. What relation you are going to talk about between these two? Between two means what? This ahankara and adhyaksha, the witness consciousness, sakshi chaitanya. You must explain sambandhaha vachyaha. You must explain how there can be a relation. How can there be a relation? Between what type of relation? Is it tadatmya sambandha, avinabhava sambandha, or adhyasa, adhishthana sambandha? Satyamithya midhunikaranam. So we are talking about a relation adhyasa sambandha. Adhishthana adhyastha madhye sambandha. Ahankara is adhyastam, superimposed upon Atma. So vachyaha eva, you must tell me the relation. Atra, with regard to this aham brahmasmi. So aham brahmasmi, the ahankara is included. Aham atma OC is included. RC OC, what relation they have got? Tadatmyam sambandha. Are they identical? Are they different? If they are different, again problem. If they are identical, also problem. So what you are going to tell me? Yena tvamiti lakshayet. By what relation sambandha dvikotikah? Always relation must happen between two things. Sambandha dvikotikah. What are those two? Ahankara and Atma. RC, OC. OC means Atma Chaitanyam. RC means including Upadhi also. They must have some relation. I want to know that relation. He is very happy to know that relation. If you say relation, Atma is asangaha, sambandha rahitaha. Atma is paramarthika satyam. Anatma, the matter, body, mind, complex, and this chidabhasa, all are vyavaharika satyam. Between vyavaharika satyam and paramarthika satya Atma, vyavaharika satya upadhi, paramarthika satya Atma, how can a relation is possible? So we have to say relation is not possible, we have to establish. If relation is not there, how they can function together? So Guru says, you are that. Shishya says, I am Brahman. So I am Brahman, is it Atma telling or mind is, Buddhi is telling? If Buddhi is telling I am Brahman, there must be some relation. Atma cannot say I am Brahman. Buddhi alone cannot say I am Brahman. Buddhi arudha chaitanyam chidabhasa. Ahankara makes the buddhi sentient, vritti, and vritti, aham brahmasmi, vritti comes. What relation you want? Adhyasa adhishthana sambandha. A relation, like relation, it is not a relation. Tvamiti lakshayet. So that the word thou, tvam, thou may express the witness indirectly. Guru is pointing out tvam. In this tvam, piercing, going beyond body, mind, antakaranam, and pointing out vachartha, tani, lakshartha, Atma Chaitanyam, pointing out. Tvam lakshayet, indirectly. Directly Atma cannot be revealed. That's what we are struggling now. Jnanam Shabdam, Kartavutpatti, Karma Vitpatti, Bhava Vyutpatti, Karana Vitpatti, all are ruled out. This is a special way of presentation. but very, very difficult. Only Sukshma Buddhi can understand. So while listening, we make the Buddhi so subtle. By subtle Buddhi only Sukshma Agriya Buddhya Sukshmaya Sukshma Darshibhihi. Yamadharmaraja said to Nachiketa. So very, very difficult for all people, but who is listening from a length of time with a one-pointed mind, such a student who has got love for Shastra, love for Shruti's teaching, that person will understand. So therefore, Tvam iti lakshayet, yena Tvam iti lakshayet, by what relation? Yena sambandhena Tvam iti lakshayet, by what relation this Tvam pada indirectly showing that Brahman, Tat Brahma. Next question and answer both will come in 80th. One line alone is there. Drashtru-drishyatma-sambandhah yadyakshaye kriye katham yedi adhyakshe akriye katham. So first half is the question, second half is the answer. Reply. Question and reply both are there. So doubt may come if Tvam word indicating Ahankara and revealing Sakshi indirectly, the witness consciousness, without the relation between Ahankara and Sakshi, then you can't get that meaning of that Vakya without any relation. Therefore, you have to establish some relation between Ahankara and Sakshi, because of which relation or Sambandha Tvam-pada reveal Sakshi by Bhagatyaga Lakshana. So, we say what? Atma Nishkriyaha Akriye. You cannot say Atma is actionless. Nishkriyaha, Akriyaha, you cannot say. In the question he is asking, we reply. For that Shankaracharya reply in the second half. Suppose, question is this, suppose the relation is one of the seer and seen. Seer means drashta. Seen means the Ahankara. That Sambandha is Adhyastha Sambandha, superimposed relation. It is not real relation. Akriye Adhyakshe Sakshini. Sambandha is not possible. Atma is Kriya Rahitaha. Adhyaksha means here witness consciousness or Atma Chaitanyam. Because Ahankara is inert, Atma Chaitanyam is Nishkriya. In between both of them, how a relation can happen? Sakshi is free from all relations, changeless. No relation is possible between the witness consciousness and the ego. Just as Chaitanyam and inert Ahankara cannot have relation. Similarly, Tadatmya Sambandha is possible. Tadatmya Sambandha is also not possible. That is said here. Chaitanya, Ahankara are Chit and Jada. Chidabhasa is not there, suppose. Jada cannot have any Tadatmya Sambandha. Like Nilo Ghataha, white horse. What sambandha between whiteness and horse? Tadatmya sambandha. Inseparable sambandha, tadatmya sambandha. So, whiteness, can you keep it separately, and horse can you keep separately? No. Whiteness cannot exist separately from the what? Horse. So horse and whiteness are having tadatmya sambandha. Like that, you cannot talk about Atma and Ahankara tadatmya sambandham. Without sambandha, how that Ahankara revealing Sakshi indirectly? This is the objection for a Purvapakshi. Drashtru-drisya sambandha yadi drashtru-drisya sambandha, seer and seen relation is possible. Acharya asking, Katham akriye adhyakshe sambandha bhavati? Akriye, actionless, adhyakshaha, the witness consciousness. It's not possible. Tadatmya sambandha. Not possible. You cannot separate it. You cannot separate in tadatmya sambandha. Sambandha, Atma cannot have sambandha, first of all. That is why very people have difficulty in understanding their Atma nature. Body, mind, all sambandha, sambandhis habituated to that. Mind is set to some relation. So, Aham Brahmasmi vritti comes, where it comes, how it can come. In Atma it cannot come, you are telling. Buddhi, Jadam, it cannot come. Therefore, we are asking, accept a temporary Chidabhasa. To bring the changes in the Buddhi. Why you are so adamant, O Purvapakshi, Sankhya, Buddha, all of them, why you are adamant not accepting Chidabhasa? Then you can happily say that Chidabhasa, which is temporarily borrowed from the consciousness, and that will have a adhyastha sambandha, as though seeming relation. Next shloka. Akriyatvepi tadatmyam adhyakshasya bhaved yadi atmadhyaksho mamastiti sambandha grahanena dhihi. Since it is from Chandogya Upanishad, the second line, Atma adhyakshaha mama asti iti. That is a quotation actually from the Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, paraphrase. Acharya is paraphrasing just one word. Atma mama. That mantra comes third chapter, 14th section of Chandogya, third mantra. There it comes, very big mantra, second mantra onwards, Manomayaha, Prana Sharira, Bharupaha, Satya Sankalpaha, Akashatma, Sarva Karma, Sarva Kamaha, Sarva Gandha, Sarva Rasaha. So Purvapakshi is very happy to quote this. Sarva idam abhyant sarvamidam, that all five elements are coming. Vakyan, that mantra is not required. Here one word is taken. Yeshaha ma atma antarhridaye aniyan virihirva, that all these grains like kadug, mustard, barley, like that. Atma is so smaller than smallest. That smaller than smallest Atma is me, myself. It is available antarhridaye. That is relevant for us. Yesha ma Atma, that ma is there in the Upanishad. That letter is taken by Acharya here. Atma mama asti iti. That means the student says, yes, there is a witness consciousness in my heart. I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam Atma. Adhyakshaha means the witness consciousness. Mama me. It is of me, it is belong to me. Mama asti iti, I have consciousness, I am consciousness. Like that statement within inverted commas, this is. Sambandha grahane, agrahane, na dhihi. Na dhihi means na ghatate. Ahankarasya तादात्म्य संबंध, संबंध मीन्स तादात्म्य संबंध न भवति, न धीहि, not possible in that agrahane sati, sambandha agrahane sati. If that tadatmya sambandha is not taken by the buddhi, not possible. Why? Akriyatvepi. Says Purvapakshi is asking. Let us see that Atma is Akriya only. So what? For Atma, even though it is Akriya, means actionless. Tadatmya, that Tadatmya means oneness, identity, identical. Tadatmya means that horse and whiteness cannot be separated. Ahankara and Atma cannot be separated. Let us have Tadatmya Sambandha. Adhyakshasya bhavet yadi. Purvapakshi is arguing, how is it possible? Sambandha agrahani nadhihi. It is not possible. That is the idea presented here in 81. If you say there is an identity, tadatmyam, between ahankara and consciousness, Atma. Even though consciousness is not active, it is actionless. Without activity, let it have sambandha. Previous sloka we negated how a nishkriya Atma can have sambandha. So what? It is nishkriya only, let it have sambandha. He says it cannot be, that is not possible, we are telling. So tadatmya sambandha means that example, like it is not possible in this case of Atma, Chaitanyam and Ahankara. Don't bring worldly example here. Mama Atma Adhyakshaha Asti iti Sambandhaha. Commentator writes, suppose Mama Atma Adhyakshaha Asti. My Atma nature is witness consciousness, is there, and he has got knowledge. It's Sambandhaha Agrahane Sati. When Sambandha is not there, without Sambandha I am claiming I am Brahman. Tadatmya Dhihi Shrutitaha. If Shruti says Jayeta Ityarthaha. Shruti is talking about Sambandha, means again Shruti statements will become redundant, raising a question and negating also here. So Shanka raised by the question by the Purvapakshi. Utthapya nirakaroti. We are, Acharya is raising a question and answering also in the verse. So that ahankarasya jadatvat sambandhaha na sambhavati. That is clarified in the next verse also. Shloka number 82. Sambandhagrahanam shastrat iti chenmanyase nahi purvoktasyu stridha dosha graho vasyan mameti cha. Sambandha grahanam shastra. Since Shastra says, Chandogya Upanishad 3.14.3, Shastra says there is a sambandha, esha atma. So that mama asti iti, that sambandha is there. Once mama comes, me mama, shashti, sambandhe shashti. So sambandha is there. Suppose you say ahankarasya jadatvat sambandha grahitritvam na ghatate napi adhyakshasya, the witness consciousness being nirvikara, changeless. So any relation require change or modification. So again, three defects, tridha doshaha. Purvokta, already said doshas, tridha doshaha. When, if you say sambandha grahanam, the relation is said by the Shastra. Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter. That quotation, if you take, Shastra aditi chet, Shastra itself talking about sambandha. Mama asti, that Sakshi Chaitanyam, Atma mama asti. Mama anna sambandha. So, chet, nahi manyase, I don't accept. Chakara says, chakara, last word. You have to put full stop where doshaha stridha syuhu, full stop. Three doshas will come. Again, those doshas you have to remember. Ahankara jadatvat sambandha is not possible with chetanam and jadam. Inert and sentient cannot have jada sambandha. Inert ahankara, when you don't accept chidabhasa. And inert ahankara and atma cannot have sambandha, jadatvat, buddhehe jadatvat. Then second dosha, adhyaksha nirvikaratvat, sambandha is or talking is a dosha. In nirvikara, adhyaksha, atma chaitanyam, how can there be a sambandha? Again, third dosha is what Shruti will never talk about. Shruti has not come to talk about jada buddhi. Shruti has come to make use of jada buddhi by lending consciousness, reflected consciousness, chidabhasa to buddhi. And in that buddhi, Shruti wants to enter that tattvamasi mahavakyam. In that buddhi, the buddhi has to get the vritti jnanam, aham brahmasmi, job is over. That is the purpose of Shruti statement. Okay, not jada buddhi. Okay. Grahaha va syat mama iti cha. That mama, again that Upanishad quotation, in that also there is a witness consciousness. Mama asti antar hridaye asti iti, there is a witness consciousness for me. Mama asti iti va grahaha cha nahi manyase. So it is not acceptable. So Chakara indicates that there is a witness consciousness for me, will never happen. Will never happen in Jada Ahankara. Subject is so dry in these 3-4 slokas. Afterwards again it's simple. Now we'll go to the next verse. Okay. Adrushi drushi rupena bhati buddhiryata tada pratyaya vapi tasyaha pratyaya api tasyasyuhu taptayo visphulingavat. Now he gives an example. Thought modifications like sparks. Visphulingavat, second line, last word. Visphulinga means spark like. Where from sparks comes? From the fire. From the fire sparks comes. When? That example is tapta ayo visphulingavat. When the iron rod red hot iron rod, when the blacksmith is hitting that, sparks will come from that fire. Sparks will come from that fire. So what, why you are using this example? Suppose you ask, like that only, inert buddhi shines because of Chaitanyam. Because of Agni only the sparks are coming. Similarly, like red hot iron, inert buddhi shines because of fire like consciousness. Fire like consciousness. When blacksmith is striking at the red hot iron, the sparks comes out like that. Here also similarly, all thoughts, modifications, they are all nothing but chidrupaha. All modifications are like sparks. Sparks like buddhi vrittis, modifications, pratyayaha, buddhi vritti pratyayaha, they are all chidrupaha. They are all mixed with chidabhasa. Chidabhasa, that is the meaning. When it is accepted that the jada buddhi inert is that intellect. Buddhi means intellect, appears to be consciousness because of borrowed sentiency. Its modifications are also appears similarly like sparks. So the ego or ahankara cannot know the relation as it is jadam by itself. It cannot know the relation because it is achetanam. So the same in the case with the witness consciousness also. As it is changeless, consciousness cannot have any relation. Non-consciousness buddhi, jada buddhi is the, it cannot be taught by the Upanishad, Shruti. It is the conclusion. This is the conclusion you have to arrive at. So, abhasa, presence or absence. Vyavaharika, abhasa, presence or absence. That is going to come in the next shloka. So here what is the conclusion? Adrishi, drishirupena. So yadi, anvaya you have to do very difficult anvaya also. Yadi, yada, when, adrishi means non-conscious, that buddhi. Rishi means consciousness. Adrishi means which is opposite to the Chaitanyam, that buddhi. Adrishi buddhi, jada buddhi, drishirupena bhati. It appears like drishi means witness consciousness, Chaitanya. Bhati means it appears like drishirupena. Because Atma is sentient, buddhi also sentient. Because it has borrowed sentiency. Pratyaya vapi tasyaha. Its pratyaya's thoughts are also tapta ayo vispulingavatus. Tasyaha pratyayaha api tasyaha syuhu. That buddhi will have pratyaya's thought modification, syuhu will be there. They are all like sparks. That means what? Chidabhasa is there. Now 84 shloka number. Abhasa tadabhavascha drishe simnona chanyatha lokasya yuktitasyātāṃ tadgrahascha tatha sati. Because of superimposition, tadatmya sambandha, all worldly people, Vaidika people, the interactions are happening. And the worldly people means non-Vaidika. Vedic people also, who are all doing interactions, all interactions are going on only because of Atma Chaitanya. Simnaha, here Simna, hence that is the boundary. What is mean by Simnaha is unnegatable negator. I, the Sakshi Chaitanyam, am negating everything, not this, not this, not this, not neti, neti, neti. But I, the Atma, the unnegatable negator, remain. Simnaha, that is the meaning. Abhasa tada abhavascha. Abhasa means reflected consciousness. Either present abhava. Tadabhava means abhasa abhava. Either presence of abhasa or absence of abhasa. Of whom? Drishehe, of that Atma. So, Atma, Simnaha, Simnaha Drishehe, that unnegatable negator, the witness consciousness. Without that, na anyatha syatam. That is said here in this 84th shloka, what you are asking, this abhasa is there or not, all their presence cannot happen without this Atma Chaitanyam. Lokasya yuktitaha syatam tad grahascha tatha sati. Again, Anvaya, you have to do the presence and absence of reflected consciousness. So mental thoughts are all happening. How you take abhasa tad abhavascha. Abhasa, presence and absence. Drishehe simnaha yatha. Not yatha. Anyatha nasyat. All these are not possible without Atma Chaitanyam syatam. Then lokasya yuktitaha syatam. People also, what is the yuktitaha means a reason, logically also if you speak, tad grahascha tatha asati. Tad grahascha tatha asati. Tatha means without that Chaitanyam, reflected consciousness, thoughts modifications in the buddhi are possible only on account of the witness consciousness, which is the limit. So, which is the leftover reminder over negating all everything else. That Chaitanyam, na anyatha means not by any other way. ரொம்ப கஷ்டமாக இருக்குல்ல சப்ஜெக்ட், கொஞ்சம் அது டிஃபிகல்ட்டாக இருக்கும் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் த வேர்ட்ஸ். Subject matter is simple, and if the reflect consciousness is accepted, then the intellect may know itself. Intellect becomes sentient, then vritti happens, then intellect know itself to be Brahman. Abhasa sattve abhasa abhave drishehe simnaha bhavanti. Lokasya Atma, the self or Sakshi, is also observer of Buddhi Vritti through the Chidabhasa only. Chidabhasa only, Vritti Vyapti. Not Phala Vyapti, but Vritti Vyapti takes place. More details in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.